Hey class, how's it going? It's Nico. Welcome to the second real week of the ATEC 4341. Hope that the first week wasn't too confusing. This should be, it's pretty straightforward. I try to make it as straightforward as I possibly can. So this week what we're going to do is we're going to start on, one of the first things that I wanted to talk about is we're starting on the Power Searching Through Google. Power Searching Through Google is a class that Google has for free on as one of the free services that they do. And power searching, basically, it teaches you all of the different ways that you can utilize Google and all of the different ways that you can utilize the search. By the end of it, you get really, really good at search. If it's something that you're interested in, you can go ahead and take the advanced power searching through Google as soon as you're done with it. The courses are absolutely amazing, but I want to make sure that at the very least, by the end of this course, you have worked your way through the 6 weeks of power searching through Google. It's an awesome, awesome class, and so I just want to make sure that everybody does it. A handful of you, if you've taken a class with me before, you might have taken this already. It's the same type thing. If you have taken power searching through Google before, I would love it if you let me know, and instead you work your way through advanced power searching. So obviously it's going to be up to you. But ultimately, I would love for you to tell me and just kind of say, hey, Nico, I've already done this. I would like to do advanced power searching. That would be more educational for me, and I would appreciate that. So if at all possible, please, please, please think about doing it that way. The second thing that I want to talk about is that this week we are going to, we're talking about getting to know your clients and the concept of becoming a trust agent. The idea of a trust agent is essentially, this is what has happened now that marketing's changed. So now that we are in a position where brands are they're doing less marketing online and they're doing more messaging. They're telling more stories. They're trying to become a part of somebody's life. Ultimately, what that's all leading up to is they're trying to garner trust. And when you trust somebody or something, and when somebody becomes an expert in a particular field, once it's time to make a decision that involves that particular field, you're going to be much more likely to go to them with a question than you are to anybody else. And brands are starting to understand that. They're starting to put a lot more time and effort into being successful and putting themselves in a position where they are successful in garnering people's trust than they are just berating people with their messaging. A trust agent is, the concept of it is figuring out ways to utilize your expertise online to show people that you know what you're talking about, so that ultimately you are the one that they trust. And when it's time to make a decision, they come to you. Bottom line. This semester, we're doing clients differently. Every other semester, I've basically asked my students to go find a real-world client and to go from there. A handful of you have already said, hey, I've got a real-world client. I would like to do this class. That's sort of been my plan. I wanted to create a digital marketing plan for my own Etsy shop or for my own blog, that sort of thing. Totally fine. And again, if you are still in that position and you haven't reached out to me, please reach out to me, let me know, and you can absolutely do your own clients. I'm totally cool with that. That's absolutely fine. For everybody else, this semester is going to be the first semester where we are going to be working with nonprofits. This week, I would like you to, we're probably going to go a little bit slower than this course has gone in the past. So I want to be very methodical about this. I want to get this right, and I want to make sure that we're doing the right thing for these wonderful nonprofits that we're about to work with. We have, I believe, let me see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 7 wonderful, absolutely wonderful nonprofits that we're going to be working with this semester. They've all reached out. I put out a message, and these are the ones that got back to me. These are great nonprofits, and I cannot wait to work with them. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be creating content for them all semester long. But through that, we're going to be learning these networks. We're going to be, talking about theories behind the reason that you create specific content for each specific network, those sorts of things. So you're going to get all sorts of real-world stuff. The difference with the nonprofits and the way that we're going to approach it, the difference than previous semesters, is that we are going to be working on behalf of them. We are not going to be working as them. So when you take a look at these nonprofits, realize that find the one that you most believe in, and to an extent, find the one that you most believe in. We're going to split up into small groups. I'm basically going to post a sign-up sheet effectively online, and once you have signed up for a nonprofit, then there will be only a certain number of slots available for this nonprofit. If you I guess it kind of rewards the people that are checking into the class early. Sorry if you're watching this on Sunday night and you're limited to the only nonprofit that's left. But whatever, that's the way that it works, so you'll be fine. They're great. They're great. All of these nonprofits are great. They're going to be really fun to talk to. Next week, we are going to spend a chunk of time really getting to know them. So we're going to set up meetings. Ideally, I would like for the groups to once you have grouped up, we're going to find a way that all of you can either get together and go talk to the nonprofit yourselves, or we'll figure out some sort of an email chain so that you all can have you can ask the questions that you want to know about the nonprofit. We're going to be dealing with somebody from each nonprofit, so you're going to get a very, very good, strong idea of the way that they're operating, what they feel like they need help with, the direction that they've been pushing their content, what content has been successful for them, and how they think that they can utilize us this semester for creating content, and just the different ways that they're really looking to strengthen their brand online. And that's going to be our job for the rest of the semester. So there are 7 great nonprofits. We have the Fusebox Festival in Austin, which is a various medium arts festival that covers dance and comedy and theater and music and visual arts and those sorts of things. We have Helping Hands, which is it's an auxiliary organization from the Family Place, which is this is a domestic violence agency. The Family Place is a domestic violence agency. Helping Hands is one of their subsidiaries. They do fabulous, fabulous work. We have Cycling Savvy, which is basically about empowering cyclists and talking about bike safety and just getting the word out as far as bike safety goes. Pretty cool newer nonprofit. We have the Carter Albrecht Music Foundation. Carter Albrecht was a musician who passed away 15 years ago. It's been a while. I actually knew Carter pretty well. After he passed away, his parents started a foundation that basically gathers up funds to disseminate scholarships to musicians, or to kids that are on a full music ride, on a full music scholarship, and it helps them out with their additional fees and those sorts of things. We have the Children's Advocacy Center of Denton County. This is another family violence agency. They're located in Denton County. They do fabulous work up there. We have Genesis Children's Theater, which is in Plano. Their mission is all about creating a nurturing, safe environment for children to explore theater, and it's a great cause. And then finally, we have Adam's Animals. Adam's Animals they're specifically near and dear to my heart. When I was 19, I had this guy named Adam, my friend Adam, was going to move into our place and be one of our roommates. And he wound up the summer after he graduated high school, he got leukemia. And 3 weeks later, he passed away. And the entire time that he was in the hospital, he had received this frog, this stuffed frog. And the frog became very, very, very important to him. And after he passed away, his parents got a handful of got a handful of stuffed animals and took it to Children's Medical Center and gave it to cancer kids. And when one of them said, one of the girls kept saying that Adam gave it to her, and so it's a phenomenal cause. It's oh god, I love it so much. My company, we just rebuilt their website, so we've got some really cool stuff going on with them. We're about to do a relaunch of their social stuff. So you would actually be working a little bit with me and my team on this, because we're the ones that are in charge of the Adams Animals account. So Adams Animals, it's a wonderful, wonderful cause. These 7 are the nonprofits that we are working with this semester. If you have your own entity that you would like to work with, that's completely fine. You have to let me know. And I'm gonna set up some sort of a sign-up sheet. So basically, we're going to divide the class. There are 2 people have told me about their 2 people have told me about their own networks that they would like to build up and their own clients that they would like to do. So I believe there's 30 people in the class. I'm going to put up, we have 7, so there's going to be groups of 4 for each of the nonprofits. Small groups, you won't do a lot of working together, but initially maybe you can have conversations and kind of get to know the client a little bit better together, and then from there you'll be pretty much working on your own, creating content for each of the networks. This isn't a group project necessarily, but there will be group elements that are sort of involved in the thing throughout the semester. So, but the majority of this is going to be individual work, just to completely clarify. The last thing that I wanted to talk to you about is the DFW Social Media Rocks event. I had maybe 4 or 5 people let me know, maybe 6, let me know that they will not be attending the event. If you've let me know that you will not be attending the event, that is absolutely fine. I understand, life happens. This is a summer class. It's an online summer class. I'm assuming that, half of you are in Florida playing baseball. Shout out. Just kidding. I'm assuming that a lot of you have other stuff going on, and this wasn't something that you necessarily signed up for when you signed up for a summer class. This conference will be so completely beneficial to you. Please, please, please sign up for it. Lisa Duty, who is the founder of the conference, she has extended the deadline for signing up with these specific codes. We have until this Sunday. Even if you do not sign up, you have got to let me know. This is the first assignment of the semester. You have to tell me whether or not you are attending. If you're attending, that's fine. I've got your names. 5 of you have signed up. You're totally good to go. 6 or 7 of you have told me that you're not coming. That is a large chunk of the class who has had 0 contact with me regarding this specific thing, the first thing that we're talking about. You have got to get in touch with me. Write an email right now and tell me if you are not coming. I'm going to individually email each of you, which is a little disappointing because we're all adults here and I shouldn't really have to babysit, but it is what it is, and I'm going to email everybody. I need to know if you're coming or not. This is a conference that I am personally involved in. I'm on one of the panels, and I just need to have a better idea of what exactly is going on. And it's a phenomenal thing. You will get so much more out of this than you will just doing the class. Those who go to this conference as well as doing the class are going to get a ton out of this. It's going to be a really solid semester. You're going to have a really solid view of the landscape of digital marketing and of social media at the end of the semester. And those of you who can't go to the conference, I mean, we have assignments and they're fine, and the previous conference, the previous conferences that we're going to be watching the videos from. They're great, but it's a completely different ballgame in person, and you're making contacts. So, I know a handful of you are interested in this stuff and possibly doing this in the future. Here's your opportunity to make some wonderful, wonderful contacts. And it's in your backyard. It's at the Holiday Inn in Richardson. I mean, you couldn't ask for this thing to be easier. So those are the three big things. Google, the nonprofits that we're working with this semester, and please, please, please let me know if you are going to this conference. If you have any questions, shoot me an email. You can also hit me up on Twitter. I'm very active on that, and I'll be getting more and more active as the semester goes. The other thing is follow Hypeworthy. It's HYPEWORTHY. That's my company. We tweet out social media articles constantly. It'd be a really good resource for you just to see what's going on in the current space. Also, if you don't terribly mind, I would appreciate it if you like us on Facebook. It's kind of the same thing. You'll get really interesting content about social media stuff. I feel like we're doing a pretty good job of it now. So it could be a great resource for you. It could, cut out some of the middlemen. So that's basically what's going on. If you need anything, hit me up, and talk to you soon. Take care.